So I'm sitting here with this CZ P07. It's a great gun for concealed carry, but it's worthless if you don't have the right concealed carry holster. So there's no such thing as a concealed carry holster that's gonna work well for everyone. But over the years, we've made a lot of mistakes and we've learned from your feedback about what makes a great holster for concealed carry for both appendix carry and behind the hip. A comfortable CZ P07 holster is going to be well-rounded so it's comfortable to carry against your body. A lot of CZ P07 holsters out there are not well-rounded and they have lots of sharp pointy edges, so they can cause discomfort fairly easily. I was on I-40 making a 3-hour drive to see my grandma and I was testing out a prototype holster. This was before I knew how important rounding on a holster was. And I was between Burlington and Greensboro when the holster just became unbearable. So I was right near the Elon exit and I had to get off the exit so I could handle the holster, get it off me, because it was becoming extremely painful and it would have been a hazard in the back-to-back traffic that was on I-40 at that time. Like everyone else, I've had holsters where I can't do simple tasks like bending down to tie my shoes or squatting down to grab something without extreme pain. We've rounded the edges that contact your body so you can easily do those tasks without pain. Clint Smith says, carrying a gun should not be comfortable, it should be comforting. And while we agree with that, that doesn't mean your CZ P07 holster has to be uncomfortable. When I was new to concealed carry, the second concealed carry holster I ever bought had the ability to choose ride height and cant. The problem was I didn't know what ride height and cant to choose. What works for one person won't work for everyone. That's why the Infiltrator has 3/4 of an inch of adjustable ride height and 30 degrees of adjustable cant. That 30 degrees of adjustable cant really helps when you're carrying behind the hip. We ship the holster without the clips mounted so that you can adjust the clip to fit you perfectly. If you're not willing to put in the time for that, then this isn't the holster for you. A couple of CZ P07 holsters do have limited adjustability. The problem is they use round hardware. This round hardware can get stuck and you can't get it undone unless you have an angled screwdriver. Like everyone else, we used to use round hardware on our holsters. Unfortunately, we got a lot of customer emails complaining about the hardware getting stuck. With this feedback, we've designed our holsters to use square nuts that fit inside channels inside the holster so that the nut will not rotate when you're tightening or loosening the screws. This makes adjustment really easy and simple. When I first started carrying concealed, I was really worried about people seeing that I had a gun on me. It was an issue because I carried a large gun similar to the size of the CZ P07. After doing some research, I found out about a device called a holster wing, which sits on the holster and helps use the force of your belt to rotate the grip of the gun in close to the body. At first, like every other holster company, we sold generic bolt-on wings. You, the customer, gave us feedback about snagging and issues with discomfort due to the sharp and hard corners on these wings. We listened and built a snag-free wing that was built into the holster, and it also made it a lot more comfortable because it didn't have those sharp edges and it made the profile of the holster much more narrow, which really improved comfort for appendix carry. A couple years back, we had an undercover detective reach out to us that was having an issue with a very popular holster that uses a metal clip coming off with the gun when he draw if he wasn't wearing a belt. This is obviously unacceptable. That's why we use discreet carry concepts clips, which are so secure they'll work with and without a belt. The Infiltrator is an easy to use, secure, comfortable, and concealable CZ P07 holster. You can buy it in the link below if you want to take charge and carry with confidence.